In this video, I'd like to introduce PH485Ux4 product and tell you how you can use this industrial device. This product is a USB to RS485 and RS422 converter in industrial class. It connects to the computer via a USB port and adds 4 standard RS485 and RS422 ports as COM port to your system. With this converter, you can connect any device with RS485 and RS422 port to your computer. Some of the important features of this product that makes it categorized in industrial class is the protection against electrical shocks and electromagnetic noises. It also has 3 kV optical and electrical insulation, which has a great effect on eliminating noises, such as electromagnetic noise, which are coming from contacts changing in electromotors or ESD voltages, such as surge or lightning. This is the product packaging. I open it. The content is including a PH485Ux4 that I take out of the plastic cover. In one side, it has a USB port that connects to the computer via the USB cable which is inside the box. Also, it has an adapter jack, the power input of the device, which is connected to the power supply. Also note that this device can work with any DC voltage from 8 to 48 volts. So if you don't have access to 220 volt power to connect the adapter, you can use any available DC industrial power supply in your project, for example 24 volts DC. At the other side, it has 4 RS485 or RS422 ports with 9-pin DB9 male connector. It also includes a 12 volt adapter, 2 DIN rail brackets, which the device can be installed on the rail by the means of them. Furthermore, we have 4 DB9 female connectors, a USB cable, and a CD, which includes the user guide, datasheet, and the required driver files. This device supports all RS485 network topologies such as point-to-point and multi-point. It also supports point-to-point and multi-drop in RS422 mode. To show how the converter works, plug in the converter power adapter, and you will see the converter power light turns on. Connect converter to the computer using USB cable. As you see, the green light on the converter turns on. Now to show how the converter works, for example, I connect the RS485 section of the second port to the RS485 section of the third port. Normally, you don't need to connect these two ports together, and ordinarily these ports are connected separately to another device with RS485 or RS422 ports. As you know, the RS485 standard consists of a pair of differential signals. On this converter, RS422 is located on pins 1 to 5 and RS485 on pins 6 to 9. According to this table, data minus signal is on pin number 7 and data plus signal is on pin number 8 and GND is on pin number 9. To connect second port to the third port, I use the female DB9 connector. You can find 4 of them inside the product box. Connect GND or pin number 9 of the second port to the GND of the third port using a brown wire. D plus or pin number 8 to D plus with blue wire. D- or pin number 7 to D- with green wire. Here for more clarity, I didn't close the connector frame. As you see, all the necessary connections have been made to start working with the converter. After connecting converter to the computer, the driver is automatically installed in Windows. If it is not installed, we will install it manually from the CD. First, go to the device manager of the computer, and in the port section, see that 4 ports have been added to the system. To test whether these 4 ports are related to this converter or not, disconnect converter from the computer. As you see, all 4 COM ports removed from the computer. Reconnect it. See, all 4 COM ports are added to the computer again. Note that the COM port assigned to this converter doesn't necessarily have to be number 2, 3, 4, 5. And on your system, depending on which COM port is free, another number may be assigned to the device COM ports, and this is managed by the operating system. Serial port testing software such as Microsoft Hyperterminal can be used to demonstrate how this converter works. Here I use free terminal software that a copy of it is on the project CD in the utility folder. And also you can download it from this address. Open terminal software. In this section, select COM number 4 and you will see that the other settings are in the default state. The default settings are baud-rate 9600 bits per second, data bit 8, parity none, stop bit 1, handshaking none. Note in this section, handshaking must be set to none, because as you know, the RS485 consists of 2 wires and has no hardware handshaking at all. Click on the connect button to connect to the COM number 4. Open another terminal. Select COM number 5 and you will see that the other settings are in the default state. In this section, it doesn't matter what settings we made. It is important that the settings for 2 ports be the same. Click on the connect button to connect to the COM number 5. Now, in the transmit section of the terminal software which is connected to the COM number 4, type any data that you want. Click on the send, and as you see, we will receive the same data inside the terminal software which is connected to the COM number 5. You see, when I send data from the COM number 4 terminal, the port that is connected to the COM number 4, the blue light or TX which indicates transmission is blinking. And on the port that is connected to the COM number 5, the yellow light or RX which indicates receipt is blinking. This data is bidirectional, and if you send data inside the COM number 5 terminal software, you receive the same data inside the COM number 4 terminal. And again, you will see when I send data from the COM number 5 terminal, the port that connects to the COM number 5, the blue light or TX which indicates transmission is blinking. And the port that is connected to the COM number 4, the yellow light or RX which indicates receipt is blinking. The point that I want to make at the end is that this converter has an end-of-line or termination resistor which is at 120 ohm, and you don't need to add these resistors. Contact us via email support@IPElectronix.com or WhatsApp number and ask your technical questions. Thank you for watching this video.